Hey everyone, welcome to the Hot Dog Frog Pod for a very special episode. Before I get into why it's such a special episode, I'm going to introduce my usual co host, Will,
Hello.
friendly as ever. And why is it such a special episode, you might be asking? Longtime viewers of the pod might have a slight idea. We're doing our first ever in person
Podcast. Oh, pod.
podcast, in person
Podcast.
podcast. But it's not just that, it's a double whammy today. Obviously, in-person pod is pretty monumental for us because me and Will have never met before. But it's also monumental because our good friend is visiting from Sacramento, California.
Sacktown, baby. Oh, he loves Sacktown.
He does. Big Sacktown lover.
Sack.
Anyways, our good friend Chalice is here. So Chalice,
Hey, what up, everybody? I'm here.
Come on, go ahead.
Chalice.
Tell the podcast about yourself.
The podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, give a little. Why don't you give a little background on actually a little introduction? So Chalice. I guess how did you meet us? That's the good place to start.
Well, I originally was playing Apex Legends, and I was playing with Jack.
That's a video game for anyone who doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. So I was playing video games with Jack, and then, I don't know. I honestly don't know how we became friends because I sucked at the game, and he's just obsessed. But, yeah, he introduced me to Will, and then we started just playing games and had a Discord going, and I just kind of met everybody periodically over time. It was really cool, and
Yeah,
we built
I
this-
remember the first time I heard your voice on FPS Cake Apex stream. I was like, this guy sounds so miserable. And I just remember you, because now that I know you, I know that you were just probably like kind of buzzed or just kind of stoned. But I just remember you being like, yeah, they're pushing. Sucks. They killed me. And I was like, and then you were talking about having a wife and stuff. And at the time, I was like, is bro gaming with like a 40-year-old man?
yeah, yeah. I'm young, but I got a lot done.
Hey, not too
Early
young,
on,
though.
early
Not
on,
too young.
not too young.
Not too
Hey,
young.
young, wild, and free, yeah.
Free now, yeah.
Yeah. So Chalice is
Free
your.
Chalice.
So actually, for the audio only listeners, Chalice just recently went through a divorce
Yeah.
as well.
Okay,
That's right.
Pretty big info drop right
That's
there.
right.
It's just like it.
Good context.
It's like a callback to what we were talking about earlier.
yeah.
Okay.
The introduction.
Yeah. In case
Yeah.
people start commenting about his wife or whatever.
Yeah, feel free to harass her. She's crazy.
Okay.
Okay. So we don't
We
condone that.
All right, let's cut that one. Cut that one. So this is what you said this is like your fourth time coming to Portland.
Yeah, I would say fourth. Yeah, I've come out
Is
here
it-
a couple times, and then me and Will met up in Reno once.
Once.
And then
Oh, did they meet up?
he came to Sac once as well. I think we went out to dinner or something. But we also went to Palm Springs together.
We've low-key been kicking it.
Yeah, and we went to Palm Springs together, and just kind of chilled in a B&B and just kicked it. So
And so was
Yeah.
all your 4 times in Portland to see Will and Co. or
yeah,
Yeah.
dang?
I don't have any other reason to be out.
Well,
here.
he has to check in with me
Yeah.
before he comes into the city anyway. So
Yeah. I have to do that too, actually. For people who don't know, it was kind of a hassle to get here this time, but we
That's why
we
it's such a
sorted it
big
out.
deal.
Yeah.
Maybe
Hey, let's just say my people handled it.
Hey, my people talk to his people, and we little bish bosh bam, you know.
So
Yeah.
we actually have something pretty good planned. So we want to do a ranch review situation because we didn't really touch on this, but this guy is one of the biggest ranch heads known to man. I've seen him order maybe 15 ranches for himself in one order.
I mean, I'm a big ranch guy. I'd say. I mean, when I
There are two
order
ways about it.
when I order ranch
Hey, he's a simple man, huh?
when I order ranch from Wingstop, I get the big ass ranch and I just put that boy in the fridge because it's the best ranch. And in my opinion, I like that.
Really, Wingstop Ranch is
It's Chalice's favorite. It's
Chalice likey.
Yeah,
Okay, you have to
easy.
refer to yourself in the third person for the rest of this.
okay. But yeah, so since I've been to Portland, we've been testing out different restaurants, ranches, and I've been rating them in my phone. Some of the places that we went to just didn't even have a ranch really. They said it was, but it wasn't ranch. In my
Okay, no,
opinion.
let's touch on this. So,
Yeah, what's your criterion for ranch?
yeah,
So, like, when you think of ranch, right?
Okay, wait, I'm visualizing.
Right,
The
right.
philosophical ranch.
When you think of ranch and you go to like dip
What
your
isn't
fries-
ranch?
Well, ranch is just like it's like mayonnaise and milk and then some seasoning. It's pretty simple, but
Obviously,
it's
it's
very-
not
it's-
simple.
I don't know why I even asked. That was
but
like, pretty
I
embarrassing.
mean, so there's like two categories. It's either really creamy or like almost like a watery consistency.
Oh, don't
or,
I know it?
right? Or there's like the thicker kind, which I also like too, because I like the chunky, thick ranch sometimes. It just
Really, I thought you were more of a creamy lover.
well
Lately
with
you've been a
Wingstop-
bit watery.
Yeah, honestly,
with
I've been a little worried
with
about that.
Wingstop as my favorite ranch. I am a little more watery bias, I guess you could say. So when I do come across a creamy ranch or like a thicker ranch dressing, it's just like
Okay, so
pretty no.
wait,
It's like a
Wait.
nice treat.
Yeah.
A nice creamy treat.
let's bring you back down to earth one time, Messiah. What is ranch?
Okay.
So we need a clear criteria of what you're rating these off of and why things are not ranch to you.
Okay. So the where I get my version of ranch as like you're like when you're asking what is ranch. So
I'm asking you what is
right.
ranch.
So when you think of ranch,
What do you think?
Right.
What do you think of ranch?
it's kind of like it's a thought for everybody almost. When you think of ranch,
Malcolm X of
it's like when you
ranch.
think of it, you
Can
know
you
it.
rotate a ranch in your head, like when you close your eyes?
But like you know it. You know what the taste is. You know what like the expectation is when you say I want ranch. So when you get something that doesn't taste like those expectations, then it's no longer ranch. It's something else. It might be close. Might be close to ranch.
This
but
isn't
that's
an
not
answer.
ranch.
This isn't an answer. This is a non-answer. Right now, tell me what is ranch to you.
It's. I mean, it's.
Don't say think of
it's
something.
the best dressing to go on any food.
Okay. So
We're
you're
We're making
rating.
really good progress.
So
here.
your rating is 1 to 10
Yeah.
on if it's the best dressing that's ever been put on food, and 0 meaning it's the worst dressing ever put on food. Is that what the rating is now?
Well, yeah. It's more of like 10. It's like 10 is like it has really good seasoning. It's a good temperature and it's got a good consistency. But like I'm not gonna rate it badly if it's more watery or more thicker because some of the ranches that's just how they are. But
What's the ideal temperature?
cold like when you ask for ranch and it already comes in the container but they kept it in a fridge.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
when you get it you're like, dang, this is nice and cold. So like
Well, hot ranch.
this
Yeah, a hot ranch.
There's a
yeah.
hot ranch as well.
well, like room temperature ranch is really what kills it because like it's hard to get those good flavors when you're rating it if it's not cold. Like I feel like it affects the taste.
But have you indulged in hot ranch?
Yeah, it's not it.
When did you try hot ranch?
So like I've definitely had like some ranch that I left out once and it got to like room temperature.
I'm talking above room, like
Oh, like some
90 or
warm-
like
oh,
hot
like-
ranch.
No, I think it starts curling because it's like very milk based. So I wouldn't even.
You wouldn't even go there.
No.
So the ranch man would not dare walk into the warm ranch section.
I mean, if
A
someone
ranch sauna.
warmed it up and told me to try it, I definitely would have to do it just for my records, so I can put that as like a rating in more of a.
Yeah.
You need a baseline.
Right. If I've never done it, then how can I tell people my opinion on it? If
That's so true.
So is there any? I guess there's no hot ranch on your ranking right now.
No, we haven't branched out that far. But
Let's hit
Or
it.
ranched out,
But-
I might say.
so we haven't gone to a lot of places. I mean, we've gone to a good amount of restaurants, but like with my ratings on these, it's only 5 places.
That's
and
fine.
There's definitely more, but with what we have so far, I'm gonna keep this thing going.
Okay, so do we want to go lowest to highest or highest? Let's go lowest to highest.
Yeah.
Let's go lowest to highest.
Start
Okay,
with
so
5.
like the worst ranch.
Worst to the best,
All right,
like in order.
So the worst ranch that I have on the list right now is from Limelight.
Yeah,
think that was
yeah,
that was
Limelight
like
bar.
Limelight was terrible.
Limelight. It was a 1. Almost
Oh,
actually,
one?
a 1 out
Wait,
of 10.
are you trying to switch it right now? Did I hear you almost try to say actually a 0?
I was gonna say negative, but
Wait,
it was
you were gonna
it
give
was
it a negative
awful.
1?
It was awful ranch. It even ones that are on this list that I don't really consider ranch still got a better rating than this one because I don't know what they were cooking in there. That shit was
Okay, you know what? I feel like audio only listeners can pick up on this subtext. You're sending shots about something. You've mentioned it 3 times now. What of something that is not ranch?
that's next on the ranking list for second.
This is number 4.
Yeah. So this is number 4. It's Tanaka's ranch. Yeah.
Just
So
Shishido Ranch?
yeah. So
Okay.
um,
You know,
it's,
I'm not biased, but I think it's great.
for the score, I gave it a 3 out of 10. It's pretty low on the good ranch scale, but also it's not really ranch in my opinion. When I think of ranch, that's not what I'm thinking of. You know.
So, can you walk us through why it's not ranch in your opinion?
Okay, so when yeah, I guess it's hard to like
Because
it's hard
you
to
were
put in
saying
words.
when you
It's hard-
tried it, it was closer to an aioli,
Yeah, it tasted like a
but there's no eggs in it.
okay, but it tasted like something you would put on a bun, like on like a burger, you know, like a burger's bun, and then just a little small avocado freaking spread almost. It tasted more like avocado-y.
That's
So
interesting.
maybe it was like
No avocado in it.
I don't know. Maybe but yeah. So I don't really consider that one ranch.
It sounds like your perception of ranch was challenged and you're uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, because it seems like it's making you rethink your whole position.
No, because I know there's kinds of ranch. So like Chipotle ranch, you know, there's different like categories. But
There's different categories of ranch.
yeah, but I'm specifically talking about just the OG ranch. Like,
Can you give a quick like overview of categories of ranch?
Nah, we gotta let's get through the list first, and then
Okay.
maybe on another
Okay.
maybe another session we can get into the.
So you say RanchCast number 2.
Sure, because there is like a lot of avenues that ranch can go, and
Is there?
it's kind of like a rabbit hole for me if we get into this, but we'll continue with the ranking here.
Yeah.
So number 3 is Tom's Bar. It's 4 out of 10. It wasn't great. It wasn't super bad, but it was more mid tier. It was like, you know, ranch you'd
Average.
Yeah, you'd buy that at like Safeway or something.
It probably was bought at Safeway.
Like, yeah, it's probably like a Hidden Valley type deal.
Yeah.
And, I'm not a huge fan of Hidden Valley, but it is what it is. It's bar ranch. That's fine. But I mean, this is where the numbers kind of start getting.
Well, there's 1 left or 2? There's 2 left.
Oh,
we're
wait,
gonna
wait. There's only 1 left actually.
Wow.
Oh, so that was actually 2 on the list then.
Because I
Because?
put in a new sauce that isn't ranch, but I gave
Wait.
it a rating because it was so good. I had to remember
Wait,
what
so
it
we
was.
have a thug final? We have a sleeper pick?
Wait, so it's so good it transcends the definitions of ranch and
No,
sauce?
no, it's not even on the same ranch list. Like it's
It's on
Wait,
its
wait,
own
it's
category. It's on
category.
its own scale.
It's just I like to write down like when I taste a good sauce because I'm a huge condiment kind of guy. So when I find a sauce that I really like that's like blows my mind, then I have to write it down. So but number 1 with the best ranch that we've had so far is JoJo's Ranch. They got an 8.5 out of 10.
Wow.
It came very cold and it had a nice thick consistency, and then they also topped it off with some very good potato wedges to eat it with. So I mean, even without the potato wedges, I could eat that ranch, you know, like a little snack or something, you know.
You
Really?
eat the
Wait.
ranch like a snack?
Yeah,
Is that what
You snack
said?
on ranch? Yeah, I'm done.
bro. I
time out.
mean, I don't usually. Usually,
Wait.
I like it with a good fry or a burger.
No, but you just said
I'm saying I could. It was that good that you could eat it by itself.
Okay,
It
okay.
you wouldn't even need.
Have
the
you
fries.
done that before though?
I've tried it. Yeah.
you've
yeah.
just like taken a sip of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely taken it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, like
before.
it's like a hot summer day, and you like get a nice refreshing can
Put a
of
little
ranch.
ice in it.
No, it's
Yeah.
like
Sip it.
it's like I didn't wanna like if I have
Yeah,
good.
do you prefer ranch on the rocks or no?
Neat.
No, so yeah, definitely neat.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
No, for sure.
if I'm getting like if I have really good food, right? I don't want to taint it with a bad ranch. So what I'll go and do first is take a little, either pinky dab or a little sip of the ranch before I put it on the food because I don't want to ruin this good food if the ranch is bad. You know what I mean? So that's where that comes in, that little sip,
Okay.
a little sip of ranch.
So you're not just like sitting down and like, man, I could go for a nice bowl of ranch right now.
No,
Like Greek yogurt, eat it with a spoon.
Yeah.
not a fan of Greek yogurt.
You know what? You could
surprisingly.
probably do like a parfait, but with ranch and like veggies and like
Yeah.
chicken nuggets in a
Mhm.
cup, and
Yeah.
like you can like
Yeah,
I
think-
think
Scoop it up
you
and
would
eat
fuck
it.
with
So,
that,
so
yeah.
the downside of having this, obsession almost.
some would call it a
for ranch,
gift,
yeah.
some would call it a curse.
But like really liking ranch is that it's not the healthiest thing for you. It's very fat.
How?
Very fattening.
It has vegetables in it.
It's very fattening. Lots of fat.
And you also eat it with healthy stuff. Too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's just if
You eat it with chicken, which is healthy. You eat
But-
it with
but-
celery.
right. But the average person isn't eating the amount of ranch that I eat when I get it with my food. You know what I mean? So it's something you gotta consider, especially if you're trying to watch your figure. But yeah, that's the top rankings.
Wait, can we hear about this?
the skid sauce?
The secret sauce that
The-
you brought?
Well, no, so I didn't bring this sauce.
Oh, damn.
I was actually introduced to it by Will. He put me on. It's called, how do you say that?
Karashi.
The Karashi honey mustard. It was
Oh,
insane.
at Tanaka?
Yeah.
It is pretty gas.
It is really
it
good.
was really. It was 10 out of 10 on the scale of like really good sauces. That one.
So
that's-
this is kind of a shakeup because we were fully expecting, and the audience has been waiting almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, a ranch cast. But here we have a honey mustard in the #1 spot of the ranch list.
no. I said it's not on the ranch list.
I'm
but-
glad you had your preconceived notions challenged, and I'm glad that you've come out a bigger and more thoughtful person to where you don't have to be defined by ranch or mustard or whatever. You
Yeah.
know, it's good sauce is good sauce. You
You're
know?
kind of like Buddha of condiments. You become enlightened and you encompass all condiments as opposed to one earthly sauce, ranch. Your earthly possession, if you would.
Yeah, I mean, ranch is my favorite sauce, but I do like to show respect to a good sauce when I come across it.
Yeah.
You gotta tip your hat sometimes.
Yeah.
Let them give them the respect they deserve because people are out there trying to make some good sauce.
Well, how do you feel about stolen valor of sauces?
I'm not a fan of it, but I'm also not one to say something about it.
So you're a bystander for stolen
yeah.
valor sauces.
Interesting.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very passive, so
You're
like-
a passive condiment enjoyer?
no. Like I'm passive about it. So if I see
Oh.
it happening, I won't really say.
You kind of look at the ground and shuffle away.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of like give them a little, like a stare almost.
Yeah.
Can you describe in more detail for the audio only listeners
What the stare is like, because
Like I'm, pushing my eyebrows down, maybe a little smirk.
a scowl? if you
wait,
will?
a smirk or a scowl?
Yeah, you find it amusing?
Yeah, are you?
I'm trying to, I'm trying to.
What are you trying to communicate
Yeah,
with this look?
It's more of like, you know what you're doing, and they know. It's like
Oh.
they know and I know.
But maybe they don't know is the
But-
thing.
When they see the look, they know,
Okay.
And so when they see that, they're like, they really got to think about what they're doing.
Mhm.
And then maybe I hope, because I'm not saying anything, but I'm hoping they go home and they go, maybe I need to stop doing this, because it's not.
They
it's
like
not
stand
right.
in the shower like
That's something they have to think about.
In the
letting the
fetal
hot water.
position.
Yeah, letting the hot water run over them. Like, what have I become?
Right.
And you know what we're about to become? The
Some
topic
ponderers?
wheel.
Yeah.
The topic wheel enjoyers. Let's spin the wheel, Jamie. For audio only listeners, we do in fact rent a Jamie for this episode.
I mean, you gotta splurge when it comes to the in-person podcast.
Okay, so
Okay.
okay.
So our topic is Chalice Jewish Corner.
Yep.
Chalice, I know you've expressed a lot of interest in the Jewish religion.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
conspiracies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we so happen not to have just one but two Jews on the pod.
That's
right in
right.
front of you.
Two?
So we figured
I'm
this
1%
be
Jewish.
Okay.
yeah, we gave him his J card.
Yeah.
So we figured this be a perfect time for a nice open forum for you to, any questions you might have or maybe
Because when
concerns.
you walked in here, you were a bit curious about how banking works in relation to this topic.
I mean, I'm very curious about all religions. I like to learn about them, and it's stereotypical to have those thoughts, but it's
True.
they're on top, so they're
What? Who's on top?
the Jewish community. They know what they're doing with their money. They know how to create generational wealth.
How do you?
And I don't know specifically what they're doing, but I know they're doing it right because for years and years and years, they've been.
Well, you were saying the thing earlier about the media and the movies and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, where you guys were saying
So
that they run,
you can
they
fire.
run the banks.
So you can.
They run the banks and
Well, you.
the media. I think that's what you said.
So this topic is geared for you to just fireball, figure out what you want to know, and we'll answer. Like you see what I'm saying? Like you can just.
I mean, the questions kind of just come when they come. It's not. It's something it's not something I really.
You have no burning question at the top of your head right now.
You seem to have a few before this topic came up.
No.
Alright,
What am I burning?
All right,
questions?
imagine you have like
Okay, imagine you're in a city in a state,
Yeah.
full Jewish, just ran, presidency state controlled population, and you go there,
Yeah.
and in your mind, what are things that you're seeing that you're like, why am I seeing? What is going on here? Why am I seeing that? And then we will try to like tell you why.
Well, in my mind, I'm trying to figure out how do I get some of that. Like I know
get some of the strange, the Jewish.
like
you want some of the credit.
No, I don't want the credit. I want the knowledge of it.
So, what kind of knowledge would you like specifically?
Like smart financial decisions, good knowledge on taxes. I feel like being able to understand what I'm getting taxed on all the time because
Yeah.
I've
You should talk to like a tax professional instead of a Jewish person.
but
Well, to be fair, it's a Jewish tax professional
right
is why he's
Okay.
So
right like I'm not gonna just go to a
Is it-
tax professional if they're
like
not
like a
Jewish.
Methodist
If they're
tax
not-
professional.
Why not Chalice?
if they're not because like I said, Jewish people know what they're doing, and if it's anything other than that, then I don't want it.
Well, let me ask you this: how do you feel about a Jewish cook?
Oh.
Do you think a Jewish guy or woman or they them could get down in the kitchen?
Definitely. I think they definitely can. I mean, I don't have.
Oh, you know what we should
Any-
have done before? I should have had you try I have some leftovers from Hanukkah still.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good.
I just finished my last latke, but
We can try a Hanukkah cast next time.
next year.
Yeah.
Wait.
I guess it's still Hanukkah technically.
Oh, plus you guys have cool holidays too. You get presents for like 14 days, right?
Let's spin the wheel. One more. Oh, and it so happens to land on Chalice Jewish Corner one more time. So
Potion shots.
All right. So last
another
night.
10 minutes of Chalice Jewish Corner.
Yeah, I hope you thought of some questions in the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So last night we were at Quarter World. For the audio only listeners / uninformed non-Portlanders, it's a video game bar. And what's unique about this bar is that they offer potion shots among their many wares behind the counter. They were pretty good. We had, I don't think there's a third one we didn't try, but we had the health shot,
Mm-hmm.
the health potion,
Yeah.
and then we had the mana.
I think we had a
Or the
mana
magic potion?
Yeah.
Magic and health.
Oh, so it was a combo.
Yeah. So you're healing up, but then you're kind of recharging the magic.
Which feels like why would you not get that instead of the other ones? 'Cause,
Well,
like,
if you think about it, if you're like a warrior, you're probably using some MP and some health as your resource. to
No, that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
hit. So you probably want both in one
Like, why would you not just always get the one with both?
because sometimes you don't use that resource.
Well, not just that. When you get just the health potion by itself, it has more healing in it, so you get more health. But with the other one, since it's
Oh.
cut in half, you only get
Oh,
half
so
the
it's
healing.
it's like jack of all trades kind of
Yeah,
potion.
yeah. You only get
Okay.
half the healing and half mana. But if
Okay.
you get just the health potion, then you get like 100% healing. You know.
Do you guys remember what the third potion was? It was like green, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think we have it unlocked yet because it was pretty much like a low level area, and
Yeah.
the wares are pretty like starter meds and
Yeah.
whatnot. You know, level 5 gear.
Potion of magic. That's what the third one.
We
was.
haven't unlocked magic.
So what do you guys think the
Like a couple more, like
imagine we grinded a little bit. We hit the Connect 4 a little more. The Connect 4 basketball. We start hitting it from like Raphael Donatello range, like
Yeah.
automatic.
and he's hitting a 3 from Raphael.
Curry from Raphael.
I think like a defense potion would probably be it'd have to be
It's probably yellow, right?
Like
I was thinking like orange, like brown
yeah.
orange, because
Like
I'm thinking
shield?
of like yeah, like a shield potion. I'm thinking like an armor skin, probably like Hennessy and like what's a really strong like a Hennessy monster situation because
Yeah.
you're pretty much trying to get to that point where you can't feel anything because
What-
your
you kn-
defense is so high.
What's in like an AMF? Do you know?
No, what's an AMF? An angry motherfucker. I know about one.
No, it stands for adios, motherfucker.
I don't know what that is.
Oh.
It's just like
It's a drink that's like mixed with hell alcohol, and then you get so drunk that it's like adios, motherfucker.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. They have them in Boise. They're like blue is all I know. I think they have like a couple liquors in them. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know. It has to be something that like just makes you like invincible, pretty much.
Well, you probably could also do like an iframe potion, which would probably be an AMF. You know,
Yeah.
like an invincibility
feel
for
like-
5 seconds.
I
Potion
feel like a 40,
Oh.
maybe a couple drops of a 40 in there
for the
for
invincible.
for the shield.
Oh, for the armor
Red 40?
skin. For the armor skin.
Red 40?
No,
Oh.
Oh,
I thought
Yeah,
you were making the drink.
no, like a malt liquor.
oh,
okay.
I see. Okay.
I feel like a little red 40 would probably be good though.
What would it be? A dex potion,
Just to make sure we're
a
getting
swiftness potion,
It'd
if
be
you will.
purple, right?
Purple, green.
I would really like
blue.
like
Well,
a,
it can't be
That's-
green because that's the
Oh,
that's
that's
the
true.
magic
That's
potion.
true. That's true.
I'd like a night vision
S-
potion.
So what would be in a night vision potion?
Man, probably some like
Would it be black?
Yeah, I think it like that Kraken.
Yeah,
Liquor?
yeah.
oh yeah,
Kraken.
Probably some of the Kraken.
Well, no, the Kraken would probably be a water breathing potion.
or like a
yeah.
cocktail, like a mix between like some hard alcohol and then like a stout. to
Oh,
darken it up.
okay. And you know, we kind of missed the fireball would probably be like a fire buff potion
Yeah.
for like mages who are casting fireball.
resistance.
Fire resistance fireball. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like almost like green tea shots are like
That's like earth. That's like an earth
I
resistance.
feel like it's like a passive recovery.
You think it's a
type of-
passive healing?
Yeah, like
Yeah, that
passive
makes
healing
sense.
vibe. That's
Like a
what I-
regeneration potion.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
takes time for it to like start working. You know,
Mm.
like
Okay.
we definitely have to think on that one.
That makes sense. All right. Why don't we give the wheel another spin here?
Oh. All right. This for the audio only listeners. We have a huge development. For the first time in HDF podcast history, Tyler has hit one topic on the wheel that he put on there.
All right.
Take it away.
So we're here to talk about video game NPCs. Okay. When I wrote, can I explain what I was thinking when I wrote this down?
yeah.
Basically, I was just walking around,
As
you
an
know,
NPC.
pondering, perhaps. Yes. So yeah, that's exactly it. Like, I just kind of thinking, like, man, like, if I was like in a game or something, like, would that be one of those like fetch quest NPCs? Like, would I be telling people to like,
Yeah.
you know,
Like go get 40 leather.
yeah, or like, would I say like, can you give me like, or can you give my nephew over in like, you know, the town of Folklore?
Yeah, folklore.
You know, like 2 swords and
Yeah.
2 quilted whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Just the mats.
I was thinking about like low key.
So you're asking what would R be our NPC
Yeah,
quest?
like what, or like if you were like a NPC, like
What would you be?
yeah,
Okay. I know
Sure.
exactly what mine would
What
be.
would you be?
I'd be like I'd be a smith, like the
a
guy
blacksmith or a
blacksmith.
weaponsmith.
Yeah, like a weaponsmith. I'd make like
Can you do
big
your best like?
swords.
Can you do
Okay.
like a voice line of like,
Yeah, like your NPC voice line when somebody walks by.
or like when someone like
Oh,
like
yeah.
interacts with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta think about that one. It'd be like, want to get that sword sharpened?
I would immediately be like, hell yeah.
That's pretty good. That's
I
good.
feel like it'd be like,
But
sword's looking pretty dull, sir.
That's good.
Right?
See, that's giving me like Diablo 4 kind of.
So, you know,
what's your character's background? Like, are they old and rustic?
no, he's like,
He's a young bull.
Okay, so
a
he's
young
like
buck.
fresh on the
he
scene.
kind of looks Nordic almost. Like he's
Okay.
bald, but he has a nice big long beard, and then he has like, you know, obviously the leather, freaking
A leather vest, like a leather like
not a vest, but it kind of looks like an apron, like a leather apron. Yeah,
the Smith apron. Yeah,
his
I know
hands
this.
are all swollen because he's accidentally hit it a couple times. With
So
the
you're not a
hammers.
very good smith.
No, it's like he had to learn. You know?
Wait, your hands are swollen from just smashing them with hammers?
I mean, you work with metal and smacking it down enough times, you're gonna accidentally hit yourself once or twice. You know.
I think my NPC. I don't know if I'd be like a wares NPC like Chalice. I think I would be probably goblin.
Hmm.
Like probably
like
like,
an enemy or like a
Ye-
goblin trader?
no, like a goblin enemy NPC. Like
Okay.
like a low level, like a level 5 or 10 goblin in like a cave
Hmm.
who you. Maybe I would even be like the one goblin NPC you can't kill who's like.
Or you could be like a riddler.
Yeah, so I think my
Yeah.
NPC. Can I change mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my NPC would be the Riddler.
Okay.
I think
likes
I
So
would,
it.
you'd be
like
like
that.
you'd be like a quest NPC, but you'd be like
I'd be the Riddler
yeah, you'd be like the
from
okay.
Batman, the
Okay.
Riddler, and I
Oh.
would have like the green suit with the question mark, the Jim Carrey.
You gave me
Riddler.
more penguin energy, but
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I
Um,
could see penguin. Energy
Okay,
too.
so
like just.
I can see you definitely give off very like
well, I've been in
oh, I
the
have a
ocean.
riddle for you, Batman vibes for sure.
Well, I go to the ocean one time, and you guys can't stop talking about how I remind you like penguins and seals and stuff.
No, just penguins.
Okay.
Yeah. I think
Or
it's
or
the- I
sharks. You
think it's
guys have been
the
calling
wall.
me sharks a lot too.
Yeah, but there's no
Shark.
Batman villain in the shark.
Yeah.
I feel like your riddles wouldn't really have a correct answer though.
Oh, okay.
You be the type of riddler to forget the answer to your own riddle.
No, like
I'm a good riddler.
It's just one of those riddles that you'll never actually be able to like solve.
This is a
It's
you
got-
issue, not the Riddler issue. It's not the riddle's fault you can't think of the answer.
No, your riddle is so like there's no right or wrong answer, so that's kind of like how you always win, and that's why you're kind of like the bad guy.
No, well, I'm not a bad guy NPC. I'm just the Riddler.
Isn't
Like, I'm not like a troll
But isn't
under a
the-
bridge
but-
giving you a "I'm gonna eat you" riddle. I'm just like, my quest is to figure out my riddle, and it's like, it's probably like a mid-level quest, so it's not too hard, but it's not too easy.
But it's an intellectual quest.
Yeah, it's definitely like a low gain, low XP quest, but it's like get it done.
But why? Why would we do it? You know, like I'd rather just go do a different quest.
I appreciate that you're bringing this very profound thinking from your ranch rankings over to like every part of the podcast.
It's very it's very like
I'm s-
eye-opening philosophical.
Yeah.
I'm invested in this a little bit now because not only are video game NPCs like low key dope. There's
It's like a passion of yours,
Yeah.
NPCs.
No, I was just I like the idea of like sometimes when I'm walking around and I'm doing like NPC shit and I'm like
What is NPC shit?
This guy giving me quests in my day-to-day life.
no, you know like sometimes you see people just like doing weird stuff that is like super NPC like.
Such as the guy yesterday who was running across the street in
Yeah,
the pouring
yeah.
rain, and
And
his
his
pants
pants-
were falling down slowly as he crossed the street till they got all the way down to his knees, and he
just did
kept
not-
going.
Was it Isaac?
No, it
No.
was just a random.
It was just a guy
God.
running,
Oh, okay.
and his pants slowly kept coming down, and he didn't stop them.
And you didn't investigate?
We watched as long as possible.
Yeah.
And
So,
then-
that's kind of like NPC behavior.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so sometimes I catch myself doing something like that, you know, not letting my pants fall, but like I catch myself and I'm like, dude, I gotta stop going with the flow with things. I gotta change it up a little bit. I gotta be the main character for once and stop being.
Yeah, you got to be the hero of your own story.
Right.
All right, why don't we do one more topic?
Wait, what's your NPC?
Oh, I says the quest giver.
Yeah, he's the quest giver.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, let's do one more topic here. And then we'll have to get out of here after that. But
yeah,
that was a very thought-provoking discussion.
All right, so the Tyler's hot streak has ended. No more Tyler topics moving forward.
It was a good run.
So this next topic is pretty topical.
Oh.
So is it a scratch if it's a trick shot? So let me set up the situation for the audio only listeners. Game-winning shot. You're in the World Championship, a pool at the bar, and you got one ball to hit. You got to sink the 8-ball, you got to call the pocket, but you hit a trick shot. But it so happens that it's a trick shot that bounces off the ground back onto the table to sink the ball. Is a trick shot a scratch?
It depends on how competitive you are.
Well, it's the World Championship of playing pool at the bar.
Right. So, I mean, if you respect the rules of pool, then maybe.
Yeah, so if you have any honor in the fucking game,
right. If you have honor and you understand that you took the L, then no, it doesn't count. But if you're just goofing and we're just goofing around, there's no.
But
there's no
where is there
rules.
time for goofing in the World Championship of playing pool at the bar?
I mean, we
if
are
you-
at the bar. We're already goofing since we
What-
walked in.
What about if you do a backflip and then right after you land in the backflip, you hit the ball and the 8-ball goes in, but you also scratch the cue ball? Is that a scratch still?
I mean, it's a really cool shot, but I think you still lose.
So
It's still a scratch.
So you don't think? So you do think it's a scratch if it's a trick shot?
Yeah.
So you don't think it cancels out?
No.
Okay.
What kind of trick shot would it have to be for it to cancel out for you?
It won't. You
Okay.
just can't scratch.
I got one.
Okay.
So what if grand finals, me and you, okay.
No, he can't be in it because he's gonna be biased. Then.
Oh, okay. Me and Tyler, you're like, oh my god, I finally made it to year 5 of World Championship pool bar.
$10 million prize pool.
Yeah, and this is millions of people. You got the best seat in the house, and I'm gonna go sink it. I do an ult. Okay, so
yeah.
a gravity hole well opens up in the middle of the table and sucks up everything on the table and sinks the 8-ball in and the cue ball.
Right.
Would that negate?
No. It's for $10 million. Someone pulls that off and steals $10 million from you.
You think that's stealing?
Because it's.
What if I've been practicing that shot?
What about here's another situation. The shot before, I'm in the this is in this is the Super Bowl pretty much because it's super sick. So
Yeah.
I'm in the the nosebleeds of Cowboy Stadium. Okay.
Yeah.
The pool table's in the center of the field.
So you're millions of miles up.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah.
At least
I have my pool stick. I throw it like a javelin. Dead line drive. It hits the cue ball, sinks the 8-ball.
But
when my pool stick lands, it slightly causes a small breeze that causes the cue ball to go in the pocket. Is that a scratch?
Yes. Yeah. I'm not changing my mind on
Okay,
this.
wait.
There's
Imagine that the ref is so shocked by my amazing play that he doesn't even notice it happens. You're the only person in the whole stadium who noticed that it happened. Did you speak up and say something?
No.
So that would be the shot that you would consider.
I wouldn't. I would know to myself, and if anybody ever asked, I would tell them. But I'm not going out of my way.
But they would call you a loony. They would say this guy needs to go upstate.
That's why
they would say there's no room for.
That's why I usually just don't say anything.
They would say there's no room for this kind of behavior at World Championship pool bar.
And then I would go back home, have a rocky scene and practice and get really good really fast.
Would you learn how to do the gravity well shot?
I would come up with something way crazier than that.
Such as
something cooler.
Can you imagine people see that match and they go home and their
They're
kids
I
are
could do
practicing
that.
it? How they practice the backboard shots that they've seen in the NBA finals.
But I'm definitely coming back and proving everyone right.
But then you would
doing a cooler shot, but then not scratching.
So what if it's not possible in World Championship pool bar?
What if you miscalculate? There's a slight north wind breeze, and maybe the dew point is not what you expected.
So you're kind of like the Karate Kid of World Championship pool bar.
I guess so. Yeah. I think I've heard people say that before, maybe once or twice. But I try.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got. I see you're very you take a very hard stance, which is all right, but I fear that's all the time we have allowed for our epic first
All right.
podcast together, which is too bad because we have some good topics still.
Okay,
in
we
the
have
bank.
time for one more topic.
No, I
One
don't think
more?
we do.
We have. If you can bring up
We
honey
actually-
mustard on the ranch list, we can bring up this one topic that conveniently popped up. Thank you, Jamie, for spinning. And
All right. Let's give everyone 30 seconds for this topic.
Okay, cheating in Minecraft, ethics. Is it ethical to cheat? Let's say something realistic. Let's just out of nowhere example. Is it ethical to cheat in Minecraft with an X-ray mod for 5 years on any and every server all of your friends have been making? And then, let's say in this hypothetical, you say, oh yeah, I got all the diamonds in this area, I wouldn't even try.
Okay, I need to get some context around this.
Bro, you are
I-
way too red right now.
He's in the hot seat.
I definitely
Is anyone else hot in here?
I I'll admit I have cheated once using X-ray on a server, but
But like you never turned it off, so it's all one for
No,
5 years.
no, not I did turn it off
When?
long time ago, like
What?
3 servers before that. Like it was the first server that we started, but I ended up turning it off because then when the game's too easy, it gets really boring. And then that's when I learned, I was like, that's why people
So you
don't-
kind of like Icarus flew too close to the sun and burned your eyes.
right. And then I was just like,
Your wax clay
I
eyes.
had everything I ever wanted, and then there was nothing else more to do because I cheated and then did it so fast.
So he's reformed, but for the audio only listeners, I'm about to bring up a couple weeks ago. We found the X-ray mod still installed.
Yeah, it's still on there, but you could just turn it off so that you don't use it.
But you could relapse pretty easily.
Yeah, I feel like
No,
have you
'cause
had any relapses?
No relapse. I've
Not one relapse.
not one.
So you're
You've
good.
been clean. You've been clean.
Yeah.
You've been clean finding 500 diamonds in one run.
I don't remember finding 500 diamonds. But I mean, with the mods and stuff that we have now, there's not even a point to do X-ray because you can get that pickaxe mod where it mines like a 10 by 10 cube, and then you just have
Old school.
yeah, like it's a good one, but
So
definitely reformed. I've learned to not cheat because it makes the game really boring, and then you just don't want to play it.
yeah.
But I play games because I want to play them. So if I ruin that for me, then
Yeah.
can't do it anymore.
All right. And hey, that's been the RanchCast #1.
Yeah. What a great way to close it out.
HDF podcast, Pondcast, Pondercast #3, RanchCast #1, Hanukkah cast 0.25, like this, like
That's a
the
lot of-
starting of it.
That's a lot.
That's
of
the
cast.
title.
That's a lot
This
of
is the
cast.
prequel.
This is the
Number 0.
When can the audience expect this to come out? I guess. I mean, what are you thinking?
Probably within the week, honestly.
Okay.
yeah.
Just whenever I get
So
around
by
to
the
editing.
time they hear it, it'll probably be Halloween.
And then where do we find the podcast?
I'm so glad you asked that.
I'm trying to figure out where we get that.
We are probably going to start uploading this to Spotify soon, but you can always find the podcast on YouTube, where you can share it, like it, subscribe.
Hey, and where can you find it on YouTube?
Yeah.
On the Hot Dog Frog Pod YouTube channel, which I will be probably making because I want it on my own channel.
Yeah,
So
me either.
Is it Hot Dog Frog or HDF?
it's the Hot Dog Frog Pod.
Okay. Yeah.
.com.
It's a good name. We picked an awesome name.
Pond. Yeah.
So now you want to talk.
Well,
one
you were saying-
podcast and you want all the creative
you were
control.
saying you were saying Pondcast or Podcast?
Pondcast.
All right,
Okay.
let's wrap it up. All right,
All right.
thanks for listening. Thanks for coming, Chalice.
Yeah,
really
thanks.
glad we got to have you on.
Thanks for
Um,
having me.
Hey,
This
and
is-
sound off in the comments if you want to see Chalice come back.
Yeah.
Or perhaps a mystery new guest.
Or if you have any questions
Embarrassing.
on topics that we didn't finish, like if you're,
Yeah,
let us know your thoughts on Ranch.
Oh,
What
We gotta
NPC
cut it
you
there.
are.
We gotta cut it there. We gotta
Yeah.
cut it there.
all right, peace. Let's eat. Let's eat.